Yes.
Yeah, it's really cool because they have us covered the whole way, whether it's like knowing what to do, where to eat, where to stay, who to talk to, how to get through immigration. Like, we are basically going to be the guests of the travel company, and they
Yeah.
will be treating us like kindergartners who don't know how to do anything, which is how I like to move through the world.
Yes. Ooh, Chilean wine and Argentinian beef. Exactly. We're going to enjoy all of that together.
And there will be group dinners, group wine tastings. It's going to be fun. We're going to share the full itinerary with you guys in a couple of days.
Hmm.
But what we can tell you now is this will be in early spring of 2025. So you have time to get excited and start squirreling away money and picking
Yes.
out outfits. And
Oh my God, a fashion show? Could we?
yeah, I think we should.
That would be fun.
And we have time to prepare some really dynamic like workshops and discussions with you guys because we wanted to do something fun, but we also know that you guys are invested in the cases we cover and the work that we do. So we wanted to make sure that it's equal parts fun, equal parts true crime, Israel keys, all of that.
Yeah.
And it's not just going to be keys because obviously Lainey and Charlie are here with crime lines and true crime cases with Lainey. So we'll be doing, I guess, like a poo-poo platter of all of our work on this trip while enjoying great Malbecs.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait. And what's also great about this is that it is going to be a very like personalized experience and a personal sized group, if you will. So even if the individuals who end up coming with us want to suggest case for Charlie and I to cover or to talk about, for us researchers at heart, that's just going to be something so exciting to do, and it's something you're invested in and want to do. So I'm super stoked about that.
And it's going to be super intimate. This trip maxes out at 20 people. So this isn't going to be you and 500 people. It's going to be a very intimate group of folks. Bring your friends. And the great thing is there's going to be free time. So it's not
Yes.
just like you're going to be with us or we're going to be with you the entire time. You will have basically as much free time as you have scheduled time. So you can go out into Chile and Argentina and spend a day or an afternoon forging your own paths and then come back and tell us all about it.
Yeah. That's the great thing. It's kind of like build your own adventure, and take part in what you want to, which is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait.
And we had options. I had a scale of like activity level, and the scale was 1 to 6. And we said nothing over a 2. So
and we did look at other trips that were either, they were just jam-packed with activities where there was, and here you have a free afternoon after 5 straight days of activities. And they're like, and then you can offer a workshop for 10 minutes. We're like, no, we want to do more on our own, but also get the experience of having a guided tour who's going to say, here's a great restaurant, you should try this. And then for me, arranging the ground transportation is such a huge thing. When I went to Europe last year, that was like the biggest stressor was, okay, we got to get to the train at this time. We have to be at the bus at this time. And all of that. Once you get to the hotel, you're hands off for the rest of the time. They figure out he's in charge of getting us to the coast. He's in charge of getting us to the historic part of Santiago. He's the one getting us over the Andes Mountains, which I'm actually, a long drive being the thing I'm most excited about is so Midwestern of me, but I mean, it is across the Andes, which is not very Midwestern of me. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, we're going to be driving basically over the Andes. We're going to pass the largest mountain in the Americas.
Yes.
We're going to stop along that drive and check out amazing vistas and places most humans never get to go. On that drive, we've scheduled a Keys Q&A. So we're going to be talking true crime while looking out the Sprinter van windows at the Andes. Like, what more could you ask for?
I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
And we looked at stuff where they were like, and Tuesday you're gonna hike up a waterfall, and Wednesday you're gonna like cliff dive, and we were like, what's the trip where we just sit around and drink wine?
Where is that in the itinerary?
Well, and I think she kind of
Yeah.
misunderstood what we said a little bit because we're like, we want like the beach and chill vibe, but we don't actually care about the beach part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "Oh, I have an itinerary for you, but there's no beach except for like you go out to the coast one day." And I'm like, "No, we were more on the chill part, not the beach part. It's fine."
Correct. So a live podcast in the Andes, basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna do a
And
live
a
show in the
two-parter.
Will we be the first podcasters to do a podcast live show in the Andes?
Let's say
I
we
don't
are.
know.
Who cares?
Let's call Guinness real quick and get that on the books.
The highest altitude at which a podcast has ever gone live.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yes, absolutely.
And you all can be a part of making that historic moment happen.
That's right.
Amen.
I mean, we really wanted to make sure we're giving a unique experience that you can't just go on another trip and do. And so
Right.
we've gone back and forth between the three of us, between us and our trip advisor, who is amazing. She is great. She has given us so much great advice and helped guide our path. So thankful for Ashley. But I'm excited to see how this trip manifests because we've really put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, I agree.
And so, you'll be able to buy tickets on Thursday, but if
Mhm.
you are a member of any of our Patreons, on Monday, you can sign up to be the first to come, first to get. And
Yep.
there is a discounted rate for the early birds. So highly recommend. We were also told that these trips tend to sell out in like 1 to 5 days. So get in there and get ready to press buttons as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I know when Wine and Crime announced their first one, I went to go like check it out and had already sold out within like, I don't know, a couple hours of it being live in the morning. And of course, their one show, we have 3 shows. So we have like 3
Yeah.
audiences. So I mean, I wish we could take more people, but I actually think keeping it small and intimate, which was again a priority of ours, really is going to make a huge difference in everybody's individual experience.
And I think what's really cool about this that I think works for everybody is I had said, I want to go somewhere that's like on my list, but not somewhere that I would ever prioritize. And I
Right.
think that's what's cool about this location is like, yeah, it's not Bali, it's not France, but it's like somewhere I think most people would love to go, but they would never go on their own. So like
Right.
it's a great excuse for you to go check out the wine region of South America because you probably would have prioritized other trips before that with your friends and family. So I think it's really awesome. Like we're doing something we love in a place I've always wanted to go, but probably wouldn't have otherwise gone.
Same. 100%. I would have never thought to take a trip through the Andes Mountains. I would have been like, I don't think I know anybody who would do that with me. But I am excited for that. It's a great adventure opportunity. Do you want to recap real quick for the people who are just now coming in about the exciting news that we have already shared and are happy to share again?
Yes, the 3 of us and 20 lucky, lovely, amazing people are all going to Chile and Argentina on a wine tasting, true crime conversationing adventure.
Yes.
In early spring of next year, we will have those dates available to you, I think, on Tuesday, and tickets go live on Thursday. Unless you're in Patreon, then you can sign up to get your tickets first thing on Monday.
It's going to be dope. We're so excited. And it is, again, just a great opportunity for us to get to know the community that supports the shows, that are invested in the work that we are doing, and then also to drink some wine, eat
Yeah.
some beef. I'm so excited for steak. I totally forgot about the Argentinian beef. And so now I'm thankfully now going to look up restaurants where we can go.
I told her wherever we went, I wanted to eat and drink my way across the country, and I feel like this is the trip. that is
Perfect.
perfect for that.
And I mean, one trip and you get 2 countries, which if you're a person who's checking your states and your countries off your map like I do, I was like, oh yeah, sign me up. But one of the things that I think is kind of funny about this, how this trip got started was a few of us had gotten emails from Trova. They were just, are you interested? We're reaching out. And as podcasters, we get a lot of those. Everybody has a great idea for us and a great opportunity that's going to make them a lot of money using our audiences. So we ignore them. And she emailed me like probably 2 or 3 times. And then we were together, the 3 of us, in Asheville, North Carolina, sitting in an Airstream trailer.
Drinking wine.
We were. And I said, hey, did anyone else get this email from this company? It looks interesting. And I noticed that I kind of ignored it, but then I saw Wine and Crime was doing something with them. And so, yeah, this trip got started in a trailer in Asheville, North Carolina, and we are ready. We're ready to take it like all the way and go on this amazing adventure with people. But I think that Josh, Lainey, and I, we traveled together already. We've met a lot of you at, random bars where we've had meetups. We've met you in conference centers. We've not met anybody in Chile at a vineyard. And so
Correct.
this is so amazing for us. And the fact that we get to open this up to our audiences to do a trip like this it's really amazing.
And the location's cool because like what I was talking to my friends about is like using this as a jumping off point. So when this trip is over, I'm going to pop over to Uruguay because I've always wanted to go. So it's, come hang out with us, talk true crime, drink wine. And then if you've got a few extra days, like go to Brazil.
Go somewhere else. Yeah.
Go to Cartagena. Don't go on a boat while you're there.
Please.
Use it as a jumping off point. I think like there's so many incredible options and opportunities with this, and I am so excited. And I can't wait to hang out with everybody, and then we'll all get our personal time too, which was important to me. That was my biggest hesitation, was like, I'm an introvert, so I wanted to make sure I had time to like decompress. There is as much decompression time as there is activity time, if not. So
we are stoked, very excited. And that's also kind of why I think we travel so well together, is we have a great balance in that. And anybody else who kind of falls within that realm of either being an introvert or an extreme extrovert, I feel kind of ambiverted. So I fit in kind of very well in the middle of all of this. But I think you're going to find that it is going to be just really, truly, I think, the trip of a lifetime for people who are coming, because this is such a unique experience. And I mean, it's a great story to have after, right? Like you traveled with 3 true crime podcasters and drank a bunch of wine, which is, I think, wonderful and amazing. So it's a great story. And I think it's, of course, I'm biased, well worth the opportunity that is before us.
And you'll have a week basically to like have all the conversations you've ever wanted to have with us about keys or other cases and share your theories. Like I'm excited about it from the perspective of like information gathering. Like what tips do people have? Like what theories do people have? Let's talk about these cases that mean so much to all of us.
Agreed.
It's going to be great. And for those who are, listeners of mine or ladies and are like, oh, I don't know that I want to talk about Israel Keys the whole time. We're not. We're going to be talking about other cases, but it's actually very fascinating how many cases overlap into Keys, even if they're not connected. And I have covered so many cases that are from the Name is 45 list, just because they're cases that I care about. And so I think you're going to get a real blend of true crime talk. And in talking to Ashley, our trip organizer, I think there's going to be a way for us to communicate to the people signed up. So we can get you to tell us what cases you're interested in. And maybe if it's a case that we can even file a FOIA request and try to get some documents, and we bring those with us. There are ideas out there. Like we have ideas that we want to do, and we have plans, but we're also open to, we have 7 days, like bring your idea. Let's bring the case that really matters to you, and let's talk about it.
And for those who came late, we're like Valparaiso, which is San Francisco, South America. I cannot wait. Santiago, which I know very little about, but it looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then Mendoza, which is the Napa of South America, which I'm most excited about. So 3 different, diverse, amazing destinations.
Yeah. And what's also kind of great about this, and I just thought about this now, is that if you've ever wanted to start a show, or, you want to start a true crime podcast or any kind of podcast, you have 3 people here with great industry knowledge and everything like that. So I think that this is one of like truly a great opportunity to have, us at your fingertips, basically asking how things work around here.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a few nights where we're on our own for dinner. And one thing many people don't know about me is like I am an obsessive foodie. I hate that term, but it's the best one. So like I'm already digging into finding like the best restaurants while we're down there. So I think it'll be fun to like go eat at some really cool like pop-up or find like the best, coolest, hippest Argentine restaurant for beef. Like so opportunities not on the itinerary to like do some
Yes.
really cool stuff while we're down.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of the things I really liked about this itinerary is that we're going to have a welcome dinner together and a departure dinner all together. But other than that, dinners are on your own, which I personally prefer because I've literally never booked a tour where it's like lunch included or dinner included and the meal been anything but mid. Like mid is like a reach. Because I'd rather they just shave $10 off the price and I'll go find my own food, because everyone's trying to take a cut out of those. Well, I would much rather just take my own money and spend more eating something better elsewhere.
Oh, yeah. And I would never be able to find a pop-up. So I'm very happy that you're doing the groundwork on that.
Well, I was talking to my friend last night. They had gone to Italy and she had looked at all these different restaurants she wanted to do. And she got there and the tour guide was like, no, you should probably go eat there. And she said every meal the tour guide pointed out was like the best one they had. So that's the other benefit of having the local tour guide with us the entire time, advising us on where to go, what to do, how to get there. Like all the anxiety inducing parts of travel, that's his job. We just get to go and enjoy it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. And you, like I said, you've got 6, 7, 8 months. 8 months ish. We're releasing the date in a few days to plan for this. And also like you'll be able to do like payment plans too. So when we say it sells out really quick, like that doesn't mean you're gonna have to like go in and be ready to like drop money for this whole trip on.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go in, reserve your spot, and do payments. I think November. So
yeah. So, well, they have two options. One is you can pay up to like 90 days in installments, up to 90 days before we leave. Or if you need a longer, they do have financing through a firm. So there's basically two different ways to do it. But that's part of why we wanted to make sure we got the trip on the books, but far enough out so that people could be like, okay, over 8 months, I can budget out to make the payments. So we were really hoping to get this going for this time period because we're excited to go. I'd go in October if we could, but we know that we all need a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I mean, for the people who are true crime bullshit listeners, will be in production on the next season. So you'll get to hear information before it makes it onto the show, especially if wine is involved.
You're going to hear a lot of them.
We're going to need to bring in DAs.
Honestly, I think that might be worth the cost of the trip just to get the insider view. And
True.
I've been to meetups with Josh before where people are like, okay, I know you kind of say you're not going to say definitively if you think this is a Keys case or not, but what do you really think? And you do get a little bit more of Josh's like open opinion on it.
Oh yeah. I think that's the joy of having these meetups. And like, again, having 7 days of meetups with wine involved is like, we can have conversations that I wouldn't have on the show, either because it's a more intimate audience or just narratively they don't make sense on the show. So I think with all three of us, that'll be the case. You can hear a little more of our candid views on different cases, including Keys. And like I said, at the jump, like there will be a specific 2 Keys workshop at some point on the trip. So
absolutely.
If you're here for me, you will get lots of Keys time. But if you were to give a shit about me or Keys, you will get lots of Charlie and Lainey time too.
Plenty of time for everyone. Don't worry. We're excited.
Well, I think that's it. Anything else you want to add? Or if anyone has any questions, now's the time.
Yeah, ask away.
Of course, I can't see Instagram, so...
I can, so we'll see if there's anything in there.
I can't see anything because I'm on my phone. But I was thinking what we, we can do, especially, I if we're launching on Thursday, if people want to talk on Wednesday, do a little bit of Q&A, we can do it either Instagram, you just submit questions, and do answers, or we could hop on another live, maybe even just to answer like detailed questions once the itinerary's out and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that's it. I'm so excited to
Me
take
too.
this with you guys. I love Malbec. I'm so excited to be in the motherland. And I think it's just this concept is so cool to me, and I cannot wait to talk about true crime in a Chilean vineyard.
I know. I know.
Yes.
All
So
right.
just keep an eye on our socials and everything, because that's where it's going to be. I think we're going to do a post together here in just a bit, just kind of making sure everybody has an awareness of it. But either way, you follow Josh, you follow Charlie, you follow me, you'll still be able to have all of the information. We have plans to post exactly at the same time, so you'll never miss any information. And if you're joining us late, and because that always happens to me, I always join a live late, and I'm like, what did everybody say? We'll have an update in the post and everything, but you're also welcome to DM us, and we're happy to share the information we have released right now.
Yeah, I just want to stress, I know this is fun and exciting, but I also know it can be scary or intimidating. And so we want to answer any and all questions that you have and make sure if you want to do this, you go in with no hesitation and no fear, and all of your questions or concerns allayed.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, also, it'll be summer while we're there. So
yeah,
even better.
I can't wait to get out of the snowy spring into summer.
Yes. It's going to be so nice.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know the difference between any weather because I'm in Texas, so it's always hot. Thanks, everyone.
Everyone, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.